buenos dias. Oh, wow. Okay. It is November 11th on a Tuesday, and I'm going to be showing my screen most of the time. Maybe I should do this on Zoom. Hang on. Okay, there. Yay. So I'm going to share screen and then give a overview of the case conference, because this video is going to be my past conferences for 2025, or for fall 2025. And so I'm gonna put a break here or somewhere like in a little bit, and then it's gonna be the I keep wanting to say capacites, but I know it's not capacites, but there's so many C acronyms. So capacites is the first one that comes to my head. CASE is the one that I just went to this last week. And then CD, oh my gosh, CDCT. CDCT is what it was called, and it sounds like DC, and it's too many acronyms. And so like I need to show you a list. This is the video I'm putting out this week. And it's for the conferences. It's a rundown of that. And then I'm going to go into the case conference for this video, and then another video I'll do my Notion, and then maybe like I'll put at some point I'll do like maybe like for my November recap, I'll do like a bunch of clips and videos of Oklahoma, because I have so many like B-roll things, just clips and things that I get here and there, but I just haven't like put them anywhere, so I want to put them somewhere. So yeah. So anyways, that's what's going on. Let me stop and put the CDCT, my responses from, or my like reflection from that first. I also made some videos on Instagram, so I can include that at the end of this entire video. So yeah, enjoy. Okay, so it has been a long while since I have done these YouTube videos, and I only felt a surge of inspiration because I am currently in Colorado, in Denver, Colorado, for a conference within my PhD in special education program. So I have been considering for a while of bringing back my YouTube videos. I stopped because I was kind of transitioning out of my master's program, and I was like, okay, well, I don't really know what I want to do. Like, I really didn't have a footing, and I was really honestly like having a hard time transitioning from coming back from Mexico and then being here in the States for like, I guess, systemic reasons and political reasons. And so like, yes, it was a very hard time being in Oklahoma and getting back to being comfortable here and getting back in my rhythm and stuff. So it's taken a while, but I've really like honed in on what I want to do in my day-to-day life. And so I'm really excited to get back into that, and kind of like how I have been surviving, because it's very important, I think, for me to do all of these things, like documenting my journey, because I want someone to be able to relate to it someday. And so I've had this idea for a while now where I am officially transitioning from my Puebla study abroad YouTube channel to now my and then I guess was my like end of MSW channel, and then now it's my into the PhD program channel. And so what my journey is going to be like for these next few years. And so all right, now I'll talk a little bit about my program, and then I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing here in Colorado and what I have planned for my channel again. So yeah, those three things. basically, when I started my PhD, when I had gotten the offer of if I wanted to take this position, and I said, yes, please, absolutely. I don't, like, no, it wasn't in my plan, and no, it wasn't really, like, something I was even prepared to do emotionally, mentally, like, nothing. I just had no intention of starting my PhD this semester at that point. Earlier in the spring, when I was in Mexico, I actually considered, like, should I pursue my my PhD in social work, because it was a new program at OU, but it didn't work out, and so it was like, okay, that's fine. And then I had a job kind of lined up that I really wanted to get into, that I was recommended by my professor or by an old mentor too, and it didn't work out, and so I was like, okay, like, obviously these things aren't working out for a reason. And then I didn't even think that this position would work out, because I was told just, I think, like 2 weeks before the program started, I was offered the position, and I said, the fellowship position, and I said yes. And so I went in on my first day, my first week. My first week was very, here's the program, this is what it's like, the orientation week. Second week was like, okay, this is the first week of school, of classes. And then third week was for me, okay, I'm starting my LMSW studying. And then I think the fourth week, which would have been like the first week of September, yeah, it was my and my boyfriend's like first date. So now, like, everything that I have planned or like not planned for, like everything that, like, I guess is meant for me, like, has come in, like my PhD, my career, and then this new relationship. And I don't know, like, I just wasn't expecting anything, and so because of that, it's been really hard to settle into it all and to breathe and, like, process that this just happened. Y también estaba practicando hablar en español mucho con mi novio también. Justo estaba diciendo que mucho cambió en mi vida, y cambió por el mejor, porque antes no estaba pensando en pensar mi doctora. Justo fue una oportunidad que vino, y pues lo miró, y pues creo que yo pienso que es una gran oportunidad, y van a ser mensas si no ganar la, I don't know. Pero sí, y ahorita estoy en Colorado, y estoy con mi programa en un conferencia, no sé, pero estoy aquí, y estoy tratando a adaptar a todo, y también practicar mi español, porque es muy difícil a practicar aquí, pero sí. Y then, other than my PhD stuff, so I wanted to bring back this YouTube thing, and I'm also actually gonna start using Instagram. I use TikTok to edit. I haven't, like, made a platform for it, because I'm not really, like, into it enough, but I do like it for the editing. I'm using Adobe now. Part of my role in my PhD program is to be the social media co-manager for one of our organizations, one of our two student organizations that works with multi-disabilities, ADHD, and autism. And there are two programs. One is a degree-seeking program, and the other is a non-degree-seeking program. And they're just fantastic, and I'm just learning so much, and it's just been a huge, like, mental overload, I think, for the emotional aspects, the, like, learning aspects. But yeah, so I have been doing que estoy haciendo clases, y estoy haciendo 5 a 8 horas por práctica directa, con uno de 2 organizaciones que se trabajar con personas que tenía ADHD, ADHD, autismo. También necesito mirar todas estas palabras en español porque para decir en 2 idiomas o en 2 lenguajes, pero sí, creo que todo se cambió muy rápido, pero estoy tratando a trabajar con las clases y a la práctica directa, y también estoy tratando como pues se llaman ZI Services, servicios por la programa, y eso es tiene responsabilidades y objetivos a hacer con eso. Y la tercera cosa, aparte de las clases, es hacer research. No sé cómo decir research. But yeah, so I am gonna be documenting and vlogging these things again. Maybe not as much on YouTube, and I'm gonna use both. I'm gonna use Instagram for more day-to-day, like quick things and easy things, and then I'm gonna use YouTube for like my updates and like the kind of like recapping, I guess, trips and stuff like that. So I'm really excited, like for you to see some of these clips and videos, and yeah, I'll probably do like maybe like an end of DCD reflection with some videos and stuff, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say. I guess like happy welcome back to me and doing this again, now that I have the brain power for it and a little bit more direction with it. So I'm really excited and really excited to see where this PhD ends up taking me. Bye. do like social media stuff. And then we're back. And then now it's time for the case conference review. So to go back to Google, case conference was exactly, oh my gosh, this dog just jumped up on the chair. A week ago. So yeah, I could have done my reflection on the 8th or the 9th. I think I have streaming scheduled for the 9th. I mean, for Sundays, but I didn't get to it yet. Sunday, and then Monday was also crazy. And then today I'm finishing up breakfast. So I was like, 10 minutes, I can do this. So this is all, yeah, one take again. And so I had a really good time at the case conference. What the case conference is, I'm gonna put it up here too. Boom. CASE provides leadership to advance the field of special education through professional learning, policy, and advocacy. Their core values are to foster visionary leadership, inclusionary practices, engagement, and their values are integrity. I don't think I said that right, but you get the gist and you can read it. So thank you. Yeah, essentially we had a lot of administrators at this one, and administrators and special ed educators, and it was so cool because like all of the booths, and I don't think I really didn't take a lot of videos this time for that, but I'll put what I have in here now. And it was really cool. It was really fun, like to meet a lot of people. And so what I did Wednesday was I got there like at 9:30, and I had gone to like the pre-session. And so what they did at this conference that was different from DCDT, instead of having like, I mean, they did have like hour like sessions, but it was more so like in a time block. And then from what I remember and from what I can see, and then they had like general sessions, which I went to the general sessions and then stayed in the booth area the most of the time. I never went to see a individual session. I honestly like didn't feel like I mentally had the bandwidth to, because we had just come back from DCDT, and I think I said that right. I think I've been saying it wrong earlier. So I apologize for saying it wrong. But yeah, and then then I stayed there and I had lunch with my colleagues, and it was just a lot. A lot of people around, and I don't know, like I guess whenever I don't know, it's just in a building and like there's a lot of people and it makes me nervous. But I had fun. I had fun getting to meet people. That's the thing that I do like. I like meeting people and getting to talk to people, and I met some really amazing people who have all of these amazing like programs. So they have these careers in special education. from administration to teaching to scholars to support staff. It is so cool. It is awesome. And I love it. And so and like for example, I got to meet one place, and I'll put the website right here. And it was so cool because it was for a deaf community. And so I saw them speaking in sign language, and I was like, you see, I was like, I need to get on like learning again. I so for anybody who doesn't know, I um practiced a lot when I was in high school after watching Switched at Birth. My cousins showed it to me and I loved it. And I just like saw it. I was like, that is so cool. I was like, I want to learn that. So I like caught onto a lot of words and was doing really good. And then I got books and then I started studying and then I was like, you're gonna end up like giving up on it. And she was right. And then I ended up stopping like in general and then eventually started learning Spanish. And then I also wanted to get into ASL, but then I was like, oh, like let me focus on one. So I focused on Spanish. Now I feel like I have Spanish down enough. I know I don't speak it often enough. I really should. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't have, I've noticed that that was part of the reason why I couldn't continue these videos was because I was trying to speak in both English and Spanish, like apart and apart. And I think what I could do is just do more like, pues los dos. Like talking in English y después en español también puedo hablar. Porque porque ya sé que no estoy practicando mucho, pero pro- lo prometo que sí, sí recuerdo mucho palabras y sí estoy practicando am, justo no aquí en YouTube. But anyways, so back to the case thing. I So yeah, so then I got to do that Wednesday and then I had class. So here's my calendar. I'm showing it now. And then after the case booth, um, oh sorry. And then on Thursday, then I went at 1 and I wasn't supposed to be working till like 2, from 2 to 5:30, but I ended up, having my morning like leaving and I normally would have been on campus. So I just left and had lunch with Goyle. And then afterwards I got back and then um yeah, I got back like around 5:30 and then I had to just have dinner and then go to campus in Norman to go to class. So mhm. I'm so tired. But anyways, so yeah, case conference was awesome. And like I said, I got to meet amazing people. I wish I had more like of who went. Maybe I can where's my book? Ugh, hang on, let me get my book. Mm, excuse me. Okay, yeah. So I mean it was just so cool. All the people that I got to hear from too, because in one of the sessions that I got to hear, the general sessions, there was a woman, Natasha Hugh. I'll put her website or some kind of thing here. She was one of the speakers, and she just gave like also such an amazing story, and like, really just reminded me that like we are so like really just reminded me like really just reminded me like all of the things that we go through, like they really do fuel our passions. And so like I don't know, I guess I just thought um it sucks like a lot of the stuff that we go through, and like it sucks whenever a lot of our religious communities tell us like, like it's God's will, and we're just like, how can it be God's will like if it's a bad thing? And I don't necessarily like agree with that, and I wouldn't say that, but I would say like, dang, like if you make it, like if you get past it, like where it ends up taking you, like where you end up leading, like it's pretty cool to look back and be like, yeah, like that's what I left in the past. Like that's what happened, and I didn't let it define me. Like I continued to build myself and grow and like help other people grow. And I think like that's the most important thing that sets people apart from like people who give up, I guess. So I hope you don't give up. That's all I really wanted to say. You know, she talked about hope. And so if you get into her research and her books and stuff, like it's a lot of stuff on hope. And I genuinely like agree with hope. She talks about like having a positive perspective and like a positive attitude. And as much as like some people hate that, it really does make a difference. Like you can be a like grim, depressy person like all you want, but if you use positive language, positive like affirmations, then I don't know. Try it. You tell me what happens. But anyways, I hope everybody's having fun. I hope everybody is, like I said, oh my gosh, I can't go back to the Zoom. Okay. I hope everybody's having fun. And like I said, I do have more plans to continue my YouTube stuff. Um, that's it. Over and out.